Your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? How's y'all doing on this soggy Sunday? They ain't gonna never change, man. You know what I'm talking about? The name of this one gonna be called Sucka Soup. You say Sucka Soup. What you talking about, bro? We gonna get into it. But before we do that, what's good, people like hee ha ha, man. Ken in the pen. All my folks incarcerated. All my folks who ain't. Everybody on the bottom of the thing. Everybody on top of the thing, man. Keep the head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get through swing that finger, you know what I mean? Worldwide, INC, Worldwide, Incorporated, Worldwide, man, you know what I'm talking about? They say what that mean, bro. Hey, I mean everybody, man, everybody included. Ndugu, Mike, Lil Root, I never did say, shout out Ken in the pen, hee hee ha ha in them, man, you know what I'm talking about? They're all my folks incarcerated, all my folks swing, everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep the head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Let's get through them disclaimers. Now, a good brother like myself, man. Ndugu, Mike Cutthroat, Lil Rude, not Lil Rude, Lil Rude. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player, that's who comes next. Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing, man. Keep the head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Let's get through them disclaimers. Now, a good brother like myself, man. I don't promote no drug usage, drug sellers, alcohol consumption. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, man. I don't promote nothing, man. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no crime. I don't promote no violence. I don't promote no domestic violence, man. Keep your hands off the people. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no negativity, no, man. Me, man, I don't promote shh. They was talking to me, man. I don't promote shh. All I promote is y'all go ahead, do what you're gonna do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know how much of it we got, man. But a good brother like myself, man. I'm not prejudiced, no, man. Good brother like myself, man. I ain't got nothing against the sexually different, man. No, man. Good brother like myself, man. I ain't got nothing against the little people, man. No, man. Me, man, I ain't got nothing against nobody, man. They was talking to me. I just love me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm bringing that peace, that joy, man, and that love. He's like, what, bro? That love. Back to YouTube community. You with me? How you check it out? You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles, man. Shout out to all the bitches with a good memory. We can't remember what the edges look like. I think so. God damn, man. They say, why do you fuck with it like that? Because if I thought ain't nobody else is, bro. What's good with the people, man? How is y'all doing, man, on this motherfucking soggy Sunday? They ain't gonna never change. Sucka Soup. You know what I'm talking about? It might be part 2. Because I was finna do it. I ain't even looked that shit up. I was, nigga, it was finna be, what did I say? Sucker, not Sucker Shoes, because I had one of them too, man. Sucker Safety is what I was finna call it. But it's just Sucka Soup, man. That big old bowl they got all you niggas eating out of it. Something like clam chowder, nigga, but it ain't got no potatoes. God damn, man. They say, why do you fuck with it like that? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is. But Sucka Soup. Because I was just, like me and somebody was having the description, bruh. And just fellas, nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Say, bro, lady. Man, you gotta, because we just be saying shit. We just be saying shit, bro. I ain't bullshitting with you. You'll be doing some bullshit and then you'll just bust out and say some shit like, they talked about Jesus. Which they did, bro, but you do realize Jesus was righteous. You do realize that, right? You do realize Jesus wasn't going around talking about people and shit. You do realize that, right? You do realize Jesus wasn't in people's business and shit. You do realize Jesus was just going around spreading the truth. Jesus wasn't going around being messy in people's business and all. Y'all get on my nerves, bro. Because you would just say any one of these forever ass quotes, you know what I'm talking about, just to rationalize the bullshit you do. They talked about Jesus. They did, bruh. They hated on Jesus. They did, bruh. But Jesus was actually righteous, bruh. They didn't hate on Jesus for being in people's business, bruh. They didn't hate on Jesus, nigga, for going around talking about people's kids and shit and disrespecting the dead and shit, bruh. That ain't what Jesus did. So yeah, they did hate on Jesus, bruh, but Jesus wasn't doing that shit you doing. Amen. Y'all get on my nerves with that shit. Cause we just living in a day, nigga, where you would say any motherfucking thing, nigga, to be right, nigga. You'll say any motherfucking thing to align with your argument that you having, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. You would say any motherfucking thing to align with the motherfucking argument. Fuck my crush that you having, folks. You know what I'm talking about? And that shit becomes some bullshit. I say it becomes some bullshit, bro. Yeah, that shit becomes some bullshit, bro. Like I said, I was just and what be fucked up is y'all just want to rationalize y'all bullshit. And that's what everybody just wants. You want somebody to tell you the shit that you doing is okay, bro. And it's like, that's what's fucking us up now, bro. Because if you do something that everybody, and the motherfucker tell you that shit really ain't okay, you gonna throw a fucking hissy fit like a bitch. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna throw a hissy fit like a bitch. You gonna have 30 more conversations until you find everybody that said what you was doing was okay. Sucka Soup. Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. And that's what's going on, bro. And this is how you feel like no matter what you do, it's okay. You know what I'm talking about? Because they hated on Jesus. They talked about Jesus, even though Jesus wasn't doing that shit you doing. You know what I'm talking about? But I told y'all how we is as people, so now you gonna take everything you do and put yourself closer to God. So now you gonna compare yourself to Jesus and shit. Even though Jesus was out there being righteous and you just being around here messy. That shit that God and Jesus and them said don't be. But you steadily wanna add your you steadily wanna put your motherfucking your character and your conduct next to Jesus. You feel me? I was making some coffee and I just be listening to shit to see people views. Like when I be getting up, cleaning up and straightening up and shit, bro, I be trying to get y'all a chance. And every time I give y'all a chance, bro, I just have to end up watching myself or one of my folks. You know what I'm talking about? That you could get some good shit from. You know what I'm talking about? Because I told y'all I don't like to watch that bullshit back to back, bro. The last thing I gotta watch is something educational. So that'll be the last thing on my mind. So even if I do watch some bullshit, I get that shit 30 to 45 minutes and shit. I don't really get that shit that long. And as soon as I get off that shit, bro, I go listen to some Papa Duck or something, bro. Some shit that's what's my nigga with the board game, Derek Grayson. You know what I'm talking about? And it ain't like I do that shit that much. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, every time I do watch some bullshit, I make sure the bullshit is not the last thing that my mind engulfed. You know what I'm talking about? The mess ain't gonna be the last thing my mind engulfed. I'm gonna go watch some educational shit. I'm gonna go watch some real game. You know what I'm talking about? So that'll be the last thing on my mind. And you gotta do that, bruh. Because if you don't even that shit out, you just gonna feed your mind bullshit. I ain't bullshitting with you. You just gonna feed your mind bullshit. And next thing you know, you're gonna be on some of that Sucka Soup shit. And everybody on that shit, bruh. Just Sucka Soup. One big ass bowl of Sucka Soup. I told you it's like clam chowder, nigga, without the potatoes, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But we just play too much. We ready to rationalize anything we do and it don't matter. And that's what and this is where the fucking I ain't gonna even say the problem. But this is where shit is like lightweight fucked up at. You know what I mean? And I've been telling y'all this for 4 years because it's no longer what the fuck you done did. You know what I'm talking about? It's how you can rationalize what you did. So what you did don't even matter. Just like all this nigga was the sucker shit. Because the conversation came about. Because you niggas will run around and do some bullshit. And then somehow. Where the fuck am I? Bro, you done dropped the fuck my thing go? I think bro done dropped this motherfucker. How the fuck did I drop that motherfucker? Yeah, I gotta hold on. Bro done dropped this motherfucking I don't know how the fuck I did that. Y'all hold on, man. I said, bro, there you go again. I didn't drop it. It was just on my lap, man. You feel me? But that's how we get to the where we get. So it came upon like how you niggas be doing this sucker shit. So it came upon a nigga trying to act like somebody is hating on one of these niggas that be running around with all this mischief and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers start talking like that. Like, man, I don't know why motherfuckers be hating on this. But first of all, bro, people don't be hating on y'all. I don't think y'all get that. I think y'all see when somebody don't agree with the bullshit you doing, y'all instantly say that's hate to rationalize the bullshit you doing. It ain't like a motherfucker just sitting up here spreading love and doing all that shit and the motherfucker hating for no reason, bruh. That's what you'll be called hate. When a motherfucker spreading love and niggas talking shit about it, that would be called hate. But if you just out here hating yourself, you know what I'm talking about? Talking about people that we be the haters. All in these people business, trying to spread something, trying to create a narrative on these people's business we don't know and shit. We be the haters. But then when the energy that we put out there gets matched back, then we start running around doing all this other bullshit. We do. You know what I'm talking about? We start running around acting like you hating on us because you don't agree with us and all that shit. But a motherfucker always trying to protect some of this sucker shit. And they act like we act like we have the right to be messy, bruh. We act like the shit that we do is not bullshit. So we be sitting out here, bruh, and I'm telling y'all folks, you can say what you want to. Listen to these people if you want to, bruh. You be the one to be out here talking about shit that you shouldn't be talking about. You be the one out there that be painting people in the bad light and ruffling feathers and all that shit, bruh. And then let one of these motherfuckers who ain't doing that shit tell you to keep on pushing. Man, you ain't got to worry about that. They ain't gonna do nothing. Let somebody else tell you a motherfucker ain't gonna do nothing, bruh. I'm sure the people who lost their life didn't think that that dude was gonna do that. The point is, why even put yourself in that category when you don't have to? Sucka Soup. Soggy Sunday, that ain't gonna never change. Cause you want a big old bowl, you see everybody else at the table eating that Sucka Soup and you just gotta try it. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all like the attention that Sucka Soup brings. Well, we be trying to act like we don't be causing harm. This is how we act. We act like we just relaying the business or with the information that we found. And somehow, just because it's already on the internet, we act like it's still not classless to be sitting around here doing the shit we be doing with other people's business. The light we be trying to paint other people in, all the teas and all the judgmental, all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And we be acting like that's not us. Then we act like we got the right to do all that shit right there, and you shouldn't even be mad because this is just the way the times is. Nigga, something straight out of comic book, bruh. But notice this just the way the times is until a motherfucker get to fucking with you. Then as soon as a motherfucker get to fucking with you, you come up with all that other rationalization. Man, I don't know why motherfuckers fucking with me. All motherfuckers got to do is mind they business. Motherfucker over here trying to say my name and all, you know what I'm talking about? Then we become real important and shit. But all somebody doing to us is the same shit that we be doing to the world. But we want them to stop. Nigga, something straight out of comic book, bro. Y'all have developed the logic of that bitch where don't nothing make sense. Only thing makes sense is your feelings. Because as long as you feel something, that overrides logic and understanding. Matter of fact, you could be dead right. And if I feel like you wrong, you wrong. Cause my feelings overpower earthly logic. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I could I forgot that word. Asterisk. I could come to stop the game. I could come strip the line, nigga. You know what I'm talking about, with my feelings. Even though nothing was wrong. I can just feel like it would hit y'all some straight out of the comic book, man. Sucka Soup. Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. But everybody drinking. Some of you niggas is. Y'all done and y'all just got the bowl up like cereal, nigga. Sucking the rest of the sucker soup up out that motherfucking bowl, nigga, the liquid. You know what I'm talking about? It soothes your throat. You all talking about it. Nigga so straight out of the comic book, nigga. Nigga getting got hot in this bitch. You know what I'm talking about? I say, what, bro? It nigga got hot in this bitch. I say, bro, don't knock it over. And you know, like I know, when it get hot in this bitch. It got hot in this bitch. But yeah, Sucka Soup, Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. And we play too much. We do. We looking for any excuse to be us. We looking for any kind of reason, any kind of way where we can still stay us, bruh. So I heard a motherfucker, and it be crazy how y'all be backing people. You be backing that shit because you be defending your own actions. That's why y'all be having the takes y'all have. Some of y'all just be talking for the sake of talking. But a lot of y'all, the shit you share and y'all be defending that shit because it's like you defending your own actions. That's why that shit make you so mad. When you see somebody else do something that's out of pocket and you throw your 2 cents in there, man, they can't tell them what to say. This is a free world and all that old shit right there. Just like a motherfucker can't tell you what to talk about, you act like you could tell a motherfucker what to be upset about. We play too much. You know what I'm talking about? We just be on some little kid shit. Yeah, that's really all we be on, is some little kid shit. But Sucka Soup, Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. And that thought process right there, bruh, ain't nobody else gonna tell you, but that shit gonna get you hurt. That's a bad way to think. You know what I'm talking about? It's a bad way to not understand what you doing might not be right. It might not be appropriate. This shit right here, I could just leave this alone. It's bad not to understand that. It's bad to have an understanding around this motherfucker. Since you grown, you could just do what you want to. Since you grown, you can say what you want to. Since you grown, you can do what you want to. That's a bad thought to have. And y'all be talking, saying all that shit, talking, always saying somebody think they tough. But that mindset you got right there, that's really the tough mindset. You nigga, you just gonna do what you want to do. So in actuality, y'all the ones who think y'all tough. Because that's a tough mindset right there. Fuck everything else, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, bro. That's a tough mindset. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you. So a lot of y'all might be tougher than what you really think. I say, well, why you fuck with it like that? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else here. But just Sucka Soup. And the nigga wanna, I just get tired when niggas try to give other niggas leeway for being messy and nosy and shit, bro. And you act like you don't see that shit. Then we act like all this sucker shit this motherfucker done did. Then we just act like that shit is freedom of speech. You know what I'm talking about? And the only reason we act like that because whatever that person said, they wasn't talking about us. See, it's easy for us to referee somebody else, but if that same person had said that shit about you, you would be acting a fool. You wouldn't feel that way if that nigga had said that same shit about you. It'll be a whole nother conversation. You'll make a video trying to explain how this nigga hating it, how we just need to mind our business and leave people alone. If we only used our own logic that we come up with for us. You feel me? But Sucka Soup, man. I know it's hard times and shit, bro. You can make a spread. They got shit cheaper than Sucka Soup. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't gotta make you no bowl of that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I think that shit like the old school stuff. If you ain't never seen that movie, go watch it. Yeah, I think that shit like the old school stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that Sucka Soup, it fucks with your mind. I think it changes the makeup of your mind, your molecules, man. You know what I'm talking about? And have a nigga around this motherfucker like a sucker. You know what I'm talking about? And all niggas do now is they argue sucker shit. They try to make sucker points. A nigga sit right here, bruh, and have a debate with you why he's like like he's the press. Like this nigga work for ABC News or something. Like this nigga work for the Rural News, and this nigga be coming from a standpoint like he got credentials or he works for, like, it's his job to bring the people the information. And look at the information we bring to people. We don't never bring the people the information, bro. We just paint narratives of the people we don't like. We don't never bring people the real news. We don't, folks. We just bring a mess. Then we hype it up. We bring the people what's ever trending. That's how you know y'all not really the media. Y'all don't talk about the free, the churches that's giving away free food in these bad times. They say you don't either, bro. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? I don't talk about that other shit either, though. I help all I can, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. I ain't trying to sit around here and destroy the people, man. I'm trying to let you know you can do whatever you want to do, bro. You just gotta want to do it. Sucka Soup. And I'm telling you, that shit right there ain't gonna get you nowhere, bruh. And it might get you far on this computer, bruh. But I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. That shit right there, bruh, is gonna fuck you up in your real life. Cause you only can pretend for so long, bruh. And if you just consistently doing something, I keep telling yourself, bruh, the more and more y'all do that bitch ass shit, them bitch ass behaviors, all that hoe ass shit, bruh, it's like football practice, nigga. You training yourself to be that way. And what's gonna happen, you might not even run into no problem on this computer, bruh. You get what I'm saying? But what's gonna happen is you gonna train yourself to be that way, nigga, and you gonna take that shit back to your, once you practice, you become good at shit, right? And you gonna take that shit back somewhere around your real life, bruh. And you gonna fuck up one of your real relationships that you got on real earth, bruh, with that bullshit that you done trained yourself to do. I'm telling you, folks, I've seen it. The man, nigga, you go listen to breast stories. The man who never knew who he was. I've been watching this shit since a kid, folks. From the streets, from school, from jail, bruh. I've been watching that shit, folks. That sucker shit don't do nothing but get you a sucker result, folks. That's all it's gonna do. Because by you even doing sucker shit, bruh, you gonna create an environment for suckers. So if you doing all this sucker shit, so you attracting all these suckers, how long do you think it's gonna be before all these suckers start doing sucker shit to you? How long do you think it's gonna be, bruh? This is what you done summoned. You done summoned the suckers. You know what I'm talking about? Man, it's just like the movies, bruh. Have you ever seen somebody be Michael Myers or Jason friend? Have you ever seen a movie where these niggas came across somebody, even if they was evil themselves, where they was friends? Even the people that try to start the cult with Michael Myers. Every time somebody try to be friendly with one of them niggas, what they do? They start choking them niggas and stabbing them and shit, bro. That's how the game is, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. You can't be friends with them niggas. You feel what I'm saying? You can't be friends with them niggas. You ain't never even heard them niggas talk to nobody, bro. You You done heard hella niggas ask them niggas questions. You done seen them niggas either shake their head or just look at somebody, bruh, like they was crazy. And waited for them to get in a vulnerable position so they could take their motherfucking head off. That's all you ever seen, bruh. You can't be friends with them people, bruh. It's the same for sucker shit. Sucka Soup. Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change, bruh. You ain't gonna never be able to do nothing with no sucker, bruh. Like, you gotta have a brother that's a sucker. You gotta have a fucking nephew that's a sucker, bruh. And try to go fuck with that family member that's a sucker, bruh. You're not gonna get nothing done with a sucker, even if it's your family member, bruh. Cause suckers do sucker shit. Suckers do sucker shit, bruh. You'll be trying to fuck with one of your cousins or nephew or uncle or some shit like that. And you know this nigga a bitch ass nigga. And just because he blood, you trying to give him benefit of the doubt. Put that nigga in the car, bruh. He gonna do some sucker shit, folks. I done seen niggas do, bruh, I bullshit you not. I done seen niggas do shit like this. This is what I'm talking about, bruh. I'm talking about with my own eyes. I done seen a nigga, we done went out and whatever, everybody else in a bitch face. I don't know what this nigga doing with no bitch or not, bruh, but I guess he didn't, his mouthpiece wasn't ready for the night or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? So, he thought it was funny, not me. But he walked up to another nigga that was fucking with a bitch or whatever, and he thought this was funny. And he was just playing. He walked up to a motherfucker and said, I'm finna go to the bathroom and do some coke. Do you want to come with me? Or are you cool? While the other dude was in front of the bitch, but he just playing. Or he said he was just playing. Now I want to ask you, bro, what's funny about that? And then none of them niggas do coke. But what's funny about that, bro? That's how niggas be hating, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what happens when you don't got nothing to do. This is the type of shit that Sucka Soup. This is the type of shit that'll come up in your head when everybody else talking to the bitches. And you the only one that ain't talking to a bitch. You get what I'm saying? Or you the only one that a bitch ain't showing no attention or something like that. This is the shit niggas start thinking of doing. Do you get what I'm saying? When you the only nigga who ain't got nothing to do, this is the type of shit to start running through niggas' heads. These are the ideas niggas come up with. Sucka Soup. Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change, bruh. And we just sit around this motherfucker too much, bruh. And we, I forget that word, bruh. But it'll be the same meaning as coddled. Enabled, we just sit there and we enable people with that shit, folks. That Sucka Soup shit. We do, bruh. And we just, we got a reason for everything now. Even though we doing some sucker shit, we got a reason for doing that shit, bruh. And now the fucking why we did something that's more important than what we did, bruh. That shit right there ain't gonna never go right. But y'all not gonna understand it till this shit gets higher than your fuck level. You already seeing it, bruh. You seeing fat grown bitches swing on babies and strollers and shit, bruh. You seeing little young niggas jumping on old people, bruh. I know y'all seen that nigga the other day that jumped on that old man, bruh. He set up his camera and jumped on the old man, bruh, like that was noble. I know y'all see this shit, bruh. That's what I'm gonna say. If y'all get that old, bruh, and you ain't got no energy for the, man, keep you a weapon, folks. Just keep you some kind of weapon. You know what I'm talking about? Preferably something that'll change a nigga facial expression. But yeah, it's getting bad out here, y'all. I mean, it's been bad. But the mentality, anything go, bruh. Like back in the day, if somebody would have did, nigga, it would have been a public outcry, bruh. It would have been a public outcry, bruh. See, that shit right there would have happened back in the day. I'm gonna tell you what would have happened. Either the Black Panthers would have been looking for that nigga right there, or the Muslims would have been looking for him. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm sure OG was either a Muslim himself or he was related to one of the Muslims, bro. I'm telling you what I know. And when somebody, they got it on videotape, bro. Once the public seen that, the pulse of the black people, they would have had to have him, folks. He would have had to answer. Yeah, they would have been looking for that nigga. The Black Panthers would have been looking for him, or the Muslims would have been looking for him. You know what I'm talking about? And when they found him, they would have beat on him. They would have hog-tied him and probably took him to the police station. I'm telling y'all remember this? Whoever was remember when the other Boosie dude killed that Muslim, and the Muslims was pushing up on nigga's spot everywhere they heard that nigga was at, bruh. The whole motherfucking miles was pushing up on nigga's spots, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you. Them niggas pushed up on our spot. Told them niggas to get up out of there, man. Them niggas said, we'll beat your ass, black man. God damn, blood. The Muslims said, nigga, we'll beat y'all ass, black man. You know what I'm talking about? God damn, blood. The Muslims is funny as fuck, bruh. What's folks' name? They used to have that Tech 9 up under that suit. Them niggas was fools with it, bro. I ain't bullshitting with you. Them niggas was serious about their people, bro. Them niggas didn't flinch. Them niggas wasn't scared. Them niggas said, we'll beat y'all ass, black man. You know what I'm talking about? My cousin was up in there with them niggas, man. You know what I'm talking about? I think he passed. He did. Shout out Eugene. Yeah, my cousin was up in that motherfucking nigga. You know what I'm talking about? My cousin came with the Muslims. Nigga, they jumped up out of Seville. You know what I'm talking about? God damn. But Sucka Soup. But that's what now motherfuckers think that shit funny and comment on that shit, bruh. Ain't no way in the world, folks. Ain't no way in the world. But that's just where we done got to as a society. Bullshitting with you. That's just where we done got to as a society. Sucka Soup. But a motherfucker, that's why it's bad just to keep listening to other people, bro. Because all people try to do is give you a fucking excuse or a rationalization for what it is they doing. You know what I'm talking about? No matter what anybody doing, whether it's fuck, real, or whatever, everybody think what they doing is some real shit. You know what I'm talking about? So all we got now is reasons for why we doing some bullshit. And we just gonna start an argument. Just like a bitch. We just gonna be for argument's sake. You know what I'm talking about? Well, this is my Facebook page. You can't tell me what to post. You know what I'm talking about? And motherfuckers act like, bruh, if you sitting around here and you know you talking about some bullshit, just because it's on the internet or all that shit, bruh, that shit don't have nothing to do with what you do with it, bruh. You don't gotta talk about that shit. But motherfuckers say, man, fuck that. That's content. You know what I'm talking about? Or not even on the computer, just in real life, bruh. You ain't gotta talk about them people's business. You know what I'm talking about? You don't. But what y'all do now is y'all take shit to the internet so y'all can have people on y'all side. So you been to did some bullshit, then you been to explained it in a post and shit or a video and shit, so the lonely people of the internet could come intervene and referee and make you feel validated about that bullshit you did. Man, don't worry about them. Keep putting. That's what y'all be looking for. That validation. You feel me? In the real world, you know you done did some bullshit. And you done call 50 motherfuckers trying to explain it from your side. You know what I'm talking about? But when you really find out what happened, bro, you was on some bullshit. But you done called everybody and explained it from your side, and a few people told you they would have did that too. So that's what it gave you, that's what then really gave you the confidence, the courage about that bullshit you done did. And that's just how shit be, folks. Sucka Soup. No matter what, motherfuckers, we just act like we got the right to be in people's business, bro. Whatever the fuck, it's your mouth. You get what I'm saying? It's your mouth. All that shit you finna talk about, all that shit that you know what I'm talking about, it's in your mouth before you even spew that shit out, bro. So it's a lot of that you ain't gotta do that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But what we do is we do shit, then act like we got a right to do the shit that we knew was bullshit from the jump. You know what I'm talking about? Then we gonna come do some bullshit. Then we gonna start, man, ain't nobody said nothing. You know, man, I don't care what nobody say. You know, all that shit right there, bro. Now, just notice that same attitude you took. There's some people that disagree with what you did, and they somewhere saying the same shit. While somebody trying to talk, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? There's somebody on the other side of that argument saying that shit about that shit you done said out your mouth that you didn't have to. And I think that's where the irresponsibleness, if that's a word, you know, I pray it's vocabulary. I think that's where the irresponsibility come in at, though. It's just because you don't want to be accountable for the shit you be running around here doing. That's where the irresponsible shit come in at. Because you just sit here, bro, you in everybody's business, you just doing a bunch of shit, you kicking up a bunch of stuff because I'm talking about this computer, I guess, or just social media, period. Facebook, all that shit, because the shit we do, bruh, we come up here with our lonely ass and then we start playing police detective. So we just start saying a whole bunch of shit. Notice nobody just ever reads you the story or tells you what's going on with these people's business. Everybody tell you what's going on and put their own spin on it, to put ideas in your head and shit. Well, if you ask me, nobody asked you. Nobody even told you to talk about this shit. You just intercepted somebody's business like Deion Sanders and came and brought it to the internet. But now you're going to put thoughts in people's head. I don't think you should. You know what I'm talking about, depending on who you like or you don't like. And that's the thought you're going to put in your audience head. If you don't like the person, you're going to put a fuck thought in your audience head. If you like the person, even if they did some fuck shit, you're going to soften the blow. Like they did in the boxing shit. You know what I'm talking about? Notice when Tank had lost to Lamont Roach, everybody, then it became, oh man, they was already familiar with each other, man. Even though Lamont Roach moved up, you know what I'm talking about? Man, he moved up, but he really the same size, and you know what I'm talking about? They gonna soften the blow compared to somebody else that they don't like. They gonna say, man, he let the dude move up, man. That dude was little, you know what I'm talking about? They just gonna change the narrative depending on they like you or they don't like you. Sucka Soup. And that's some shit that bitches just used to do, bro. Now niggas do the same shit bitches do. You know what I'm talking about? If I like you, you can do no wrong. You know what I'm talking about? So what? He gave me a black eye. He loves me. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all be on that shit right there. Battered bitch syndrome, face having ass nigga. You know what I'm talking about? And we just live in the day, bro, where you can just look at your goddamn feed and you can just form your own opinion about some shit that don't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm talking about? Because it seems like nobody just lives their own life. You know what I'm talking about? It seems like it's not that many people with real life experiences that they could come give you of their own. You know what I'm talking about? So they just watch everybody else and mimic what they do. They just talk about what everybody else talk about. I don't even get how that shit came popular. Y'all ain't tired of hearing about people's business? You got a million motherfuckers talking about the same shit. You know what I'm talking about? How can you be original, man, amongst the line of followers, bro? You got to do what you gonna do, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you get to be that needle in that haystack, bro. Just running around talking what everybody else talking about, bro. Just everybody else, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You just everybody else, nigga, doing what everybody else do, man. One of these kids is doing their own thing. One of these kids is not the same. You know what I'm talking about? One of these kids is doing their own thing. Now it's time to say his name. You know what I'm talking about? Who was that? Sesame Street Electric Company? Face having ass, nigga. But yeah, man. Nigga, just Sucka Soup, bro. Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. Be your own person, bro. Don't be sitting around here doing that bullshit, knowing you did that bullshit. Now you trying to act like it wasn't the bullshit you did. You know what I'm talking about? Sucka Soup. You around here in these people's business. These people done got on your head, or you done got a phone call where these people talking about why is you talking about their business and shit, and you sitting around here talking about you didn't start the rumor. So you ain't the one talking about them, everybody else is. Y'all always do that, I notice, in real life, bro. When somebody call you and asks you about that shit that you've been saying out your mouth. I notice every time somebody does that, motherfucker always try to act like it wasn't them who, like, where they heard it from. And I keep telling you, bruh, starting a rumor and spreading a rumor is the same thing, folks. Because whoever you told it to, you the first one they heard it from. So in actually spreading the rumor is actually starting the rumor, bruh. Because you done brought that shit to attention of people who didn't even know what was going on. You know what I'm talking about? So in actuality, you did start the rumor. You was the first one they heard it from. You get what I'm saying? But you all up in somebody's business, and when they call you and check you, now all of a sudden you don't want to play the part. Now all of a sudden you trying to act like, well, why is you mad at me? Because you running around here falsifying business, talking about somebody in a bad light, painting somebody in a bad light and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Talking about some shit you don't know what you're talking about. Some shit you didn't even have to say, but you said it anyway. You know what I'm talking about? Because we really be hating and envious of people and shit. You know what I'm talking about? So we be running around trying to spread as much bad bullshit on the motherfucker as we can. You know what I'm talking about? And that's the shit we be doing. And then when you come check us about that shit, we act like we ain't did nothing, or we act like you don't even got the right to check us about that shit. You know what I'm talking about? We act like you need to go talk to the person that we heard it from. You know what I'm talking about? That's how we be fucking with it. Oh man, you shouldn't say nothing to me. Then you try to throw somebody else up under the bus. But what you don't know, that person right there ain't heard it. He heard what you said. You know what I'm talking about? And that's what he was talking about. So I'm straight out of comic book, bruh. Sucka Soup. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just gonna tell you, man. Yeah, you might want to pass. You might want to fast. You know what I'm talking about? They come passing that Sucka Soup. You know what I'm talking about? Just wait for your food to get done, man. Don't go on and eat that with the salad. Because that Sucka Soup just like clam chowder without the potatoes. You know what I'm talking about, man? Yeah. But the whole thing to the story is, bro, you don't have to do that shit. You know what I'm talking about? I don't give a fuck what you see, what you done seen on social media, what you done heard from somebody in the street. You don't have to repeat that shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? The shit that comes up out your motherfucking mouth is your motherfucking responsibility, bro. You in control of what you say and what you don't say. You know what I'm talking about? But what do I know? Only you can prevent forest fires, man. And with them right there, you don't remember nothing else. Always remember it don't cost nothing. Just to show a little bit of that love.